Y3K Pod. Um, yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Like I promised you guys, I got you with the game week 10 post game analysis. I picked one game to focus on, which was the Arsenal Liverpool game. I saw a lot of things in that game. We're also going to talk about Champions League coming up. Bro, everything's like back to back now. You have Prem game. We have games like every 2 days. I like it, but then I don't like it. You know what I mean? I like that there's footy every 2 games, but it makes it so hard. But we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into some of the things I saw this weekend that I liked or didn't like. Got my OG Chelsea jersey on. I think this was one of my favorite Chelsea jerseys. A lot of people don't like it. I don't like the three, but it is what it is. Yeah. So we're gonna start. Before we start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. We got a lot coming up. We just hit 500 subscribers. Road to 1K. Let's get it. I appreciate you guys for tapping in all the time, showing love. Yeah. So with the Arsenal game, I want to start off with what went wrong for Liverpool. So how I see it, Liverpool always tries to build through the back. This game, they were trying to do it with simple passes. The formation they played was that 4-2-3-1, right? And I think Arsenal played that same formation or play with the hybrid 4-3-3, you could really say. Same formation to me in the way that they kind of lined up, right? Liverpool wanted to play through the back with simple passes with Matip and Van Dijk. Initially, Arsenal pressed with just Gabby Jesus, right? And then Saka was on the wings, Martinelli was on the wings. But Arteta changed it up, which was weird to me. And it helped. I mean, they got the goal in the first minute. So instead of Jesus having to press two people by himself, Saka joined in, right? And that helps. In pressing the center backs because now Matip or Van Dijk is not alone. So if Jesus takes Matip, Saka can step on Van Dijk and there's no open spaces. And then another thing Arteta did is that he pushed Ben White up so that he would be on the Liverpool left back, which was Samakas. And that helped. So Arsenal came in very aggressive. And I think that was something Liverpool was not prepared for. And then Martinelli also did the same thing on the other side on Trent, pressing him so that he wouldn't get that chance to get the ball and make those long passes. And I think that worked out perfectly. That was something. And I'm going to during the game, I took some pictures of things that I saw. And I think it will make more sense if you see in picture form. With Liverpool's formation, they had two pivots, Hendo and Thiago, right? And then in doing that, and pressing on them like the way that Arsenal was doing, it caused such big issues. So you could see Klopp wanted to switch. So he moved Tamakis. He basically pushed him up, forcing Ben White to kind of follow him, right? And then Thiago will drop into that left back position to receive the ball from Van Dijk because Thiago's better on the ball. You know, it makes it so much easier. And then that helped. And when it came to the pressing of Liverpool, you know, you had Nunez and Diaz pressing the two center backs of Arsenal. One good thing I saw Arsenal doing is that Aaron Ramsdale, when he had the ball on like goal kicks and stuff like that, you would see the two center backs, Gabriel and Saliba, they would push out wide, giving him space to be able to play them the ball. And then you would see White and Tomiyasu push all the way out, right? And that helps when you do stuff like that. It makes it so much easier on everybody else. Ramsdale could pass the ball to Gabriel, and he has Tomiyasu, which is weird because Tomiyasu being on the wing, not really a fan of it, but it is what it is. Basically, I think through it all, Arsenal overwhelmed Liverpool. Liverpool wasn't ready for how Arsenal wanted to play. Klopp didn't get it right. One thing I also saw Arsenal doing that I really liked was that in attack, they played a 2-3-5, right? But Arsenal adapted with how they played a 2-3-5. So you would have not Tomiyasu. You had Gabriel and Saliba, right? As your two. And the three, instead of it normally being like Xhaka, White and Partey. It became Partey, Tomiyasu, and White playing that three, and then Odegaard and Xhaka were pushed up to join that front three, and I think it overwhelmed Liverpool's midfield of two, which is Hendo and Thiago, who are not very fast. So if you do stuff like that, it makes it hard on them to be able to play because you don't really have. They're not really pacey. They're not really the best at the age that they are. They can't play with a midfield which has pace, and they're overloaded. It was like 3-2. The good thing Arsenal was doing is that you could see White and um, Tomiyasu didn't really like stick too close to Partey. They would move out wide a little bit. They would give gap. And then with Xhaka and Odegaard joining up in the middle with that front three, it makes it very dangerous. They were able to press them well, and then Liverpool was not able to get out of their box. So that's one thing Arteta did that I really liked. Also, in defense, there were times where you could see they would form like a back three of Tomiyasu, Gabriel, and Saliba. That's when Liverpool had the ball, right? You would see Tomiyasu, Gabriel, and Saliba in the back, and then Ben White and Martinelli would push up and press. And then you have Jacques Partey in the middle. And then Odegaard would press the holding midfielder, whether the one that was trying to receive the ball, like the one deepest, closest to Van Dijk, he would press him, which would most of the time be Thiago, right? Leaving Hendo free. But Xhaka was there watching so he could press. I mean, Liverpool did try to man mark Arsenal, but it really didn't work out. On to the pen. Was it really a pen? Was it not a pen? It is what it is. I personally didn't think it was a pen. I thought it was soft. But then again, I'm not really a big fan of pens. I don't like when it's given. As a Chelsea fan, it's been given against us too many times. So I don't really like pens. Overall, Arsenal was a better side. That's why they ended up winning. One thing I always say, especially being a Chelsea fan, is that you never let the ref make those decisions for you because you're going to lose all the time. I've seen it too many times. Even against Arsenal, FA Cup, we lost to them because of a ref decision. So it's better to kill the game off, which is what Liverpool didn't do. Diaz got hurt, had to come off the pitch, and then he brought on Firmino. Didn't really help, you know. For the overall rating, starting with Arteta, I gave an Arteta an 8, and I gave Klopp, his counterpart, a 5. I feel like Arteta really outsmarted Klopp in this case, so it is what it is. Klopp is still the better manager, but right now it's looking like Arteta is really a good manager. Props to Arsenal, props to Arteta for everything that he's doing. Ramsdale got a 6. He did allow in 2 goals, so I can't really, yeah, it is what it is. Saliba got a 7. This wasn't the cleanest game by Saliba. Gabriel looked like the better center back in this game. This is the first time all season I'm saying that Saliba's been better than Gabriel, but in this game, Gabriel looked better. Tomiyasu got a 7. He was solid. Salah was missing from the game, but we're not going to talk about that. It is what it is. Ben White gave him a 7 as well. Very good. His pressing, going up there and being able to press allowed Arsenal to be more aggressive. He was very aggressive, Ben White. I like that. Partey, I gave him a 7. One thing I liked in the second half is that Partey received the ball a lot more. You could see a lot of passes from Saliba to Partey. That was really good. And then Partey would push the ball up and be able to distribute. I liked seeing that. Jacques also got a 7. Good game. Odegaard got a 7.5 from me. Odegaard had a really good game. Controlled the midfield. And like I said, Arsenal's midfield looked better than the 2 OP Liverpool put out there. Saka got a 9. Martinelli got an 8.5. Saka was slightly better than Martinelli, in my opinion. But, one had 2 goals and assists. The other had the goal. So, it's pick your poison. Arsenal's young people really showed up. Gabriel Jesus, I gave a 7 to. Initially I was going to give him a 6 because I thought, Jesus didn't really show up. That was my opinion, but apparently, according to some of my friends, I was being biased, so I changed it to a 7. He didn't really show up, and that's something I keep on seeing, him not showing up for big games, and that's a problem they're going to have to address. Maybe it's just in my eyes, but I don't see him showing up. As for Liverpool, like I said, I gave their manager a 5. Yeah. And then for Liverpool's rating, Give me a second. It was. Ooh, I have it here. Ooh. Started off with Salah. I give Salah a four. A four. Salah stinks, bro. Salah hasn't been the best this season. Some people are telling me, oh, it's because he's a creator, he's a this, he's a that. I'm not really seeing it, bro. If the one thing we know Mo Salah is good at is scoring goals, why are you not allowing him to do that? Because it's not like Nunes is scoring them. He's not. So Salah should be allowed to be able to Salah and score goals. He's not scoring goals. His production is not really there. For me personally, I gave Salah a four. Another person that got a four was Trent. Trent is world class, in my opinion. He's always been world class. But this season, his defensive deficiency is showing, and I'm not a really big fan of that. I think that's something that has to be addressed. And Klopp didn't help him. I mean, I understand why Klopp played that two-man midfield, thinking that Trent could drop in there and take those spaces, and maybe Thiago could cover at certain points, but they weren't really able to. Van Dijk and Matip both got a six. They weren't really all that well. Aura Man was using his aura to defend as usual. Next week they have City coming in. Liverpool has City coming in. Van Dijk's home record of not losing. That's done with. Samaka's got a six. He was all right. Allison got a seven. Liverpool's best player on most days. Hendo and Thiago, I gave a 5 to. They tried, and that's what I give them credit for. At least they tried, and then Liverpool scored 2 goals. It wasn't the end of the world, you know. A decision here, a decision there, and Liverpool might end up winning, you know. Luis Diaz got a six. He got hurt. Can't really rate him like that. He was good on the ball, but again, my agenda on Luis Diaz is that he only really seems to only do one thing: cut in and then shoot. He doesn't seem to be really effective at anything else but doing that. Punez finally scored a goal. I gave him a 7. Jota got a 7. And yeah, that's really it. I think Arteta looked like the better manager. So it is what it is. Are Arsenal going to challenge for the title? In my opinion, I think they will, but I'm not going to make a decision until after the World Cup. See how that goes. See how other teams are doing. As for the Prem, other games that I watched, Newcastle beat Brentford 5-1. Newcastle are back to winning 2 games in a row. Bruno Gomes had 2 goals. I like him. Last season when he came to the league, it was looking a little weird, but he looks class. Bournemouth and Leicester 2-1. Leicester needs to go back and get Schmeichel. I read somewhere that Schmeichel was having issues in France. They need to go back and get him because Ward is a terrible goalkeeper. Ain't no way, bro. That man is going to cost them games and it's going to be the reason why they get relegated. They need to go get a new goalkeeper. City, Southampton. Of course, City doing what City does. 4-0. Cancelo was class. Foden as usual. And of course, Haaland scored. Bro, at this point, somebody got to do something to stop him. He just keeps on scoring. I don't know. Brighton, Spurs. Spurs are a really boring team. I feel bad for anybody that has to watch them. It feels like you're forced to. I can't lie. I wasn't really into the game like that. But it is what it is. Spurs are boring. Brighton should have gotten the job done. Brighton should have won. The match ended, 3-1? West Ham was the better team. Fulham looks like they're headed towards relegation, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. Crystal Palace beat Leeds 2-1. Good game. That's really all about it. Everton, Man U, ended 2-1. I'm not sure what Everton was doing. They had no shape, no heart. Basically, I think when they came to the game, they expected to sit back, soak all the pressure, and lose because after scoring that goal, it looked like they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't expect the score. They didn't expect to be in the lead at that time. So they stuck to whatever it is that they trained for that whole week, which looks bad on Lampard. This was a Lampard era jersey too. That's the crazy part. Damn, that's some bad luck. But yeah, no shape, no heart. Man U just did what Man U does. Beat up on bad teams. It is what it is. Chelsea beat Wolves 3-0. personally, I love this game. I saw some things that Chelsea did that I'm probably going to talk about later on when I have time. Chelsea looks good under Graham Potter. I think Chelsea are back. We'll challenge for the top four. Definitely, we're going to be in there. Congrats to Marta Broja for scoring that first goal. That was a beautiful goal. Kovacic assist. We'd love to see it. Kova's back. Graham Potter, why would you do me like that, though? Reece James was on my FPL, bro. You didn't start him. And then I didn't start Cucurella because I was like, Reece is going to play every game because we don't really have a competent left back. What the hell? Right back. So he's going to start every game. And then you don't start him. You start Aspie. And then you take Reece. You bring Reece in with 20 minutes left. So now I can't put Cucurella in for the 7 points Cucurella had. And I had to stick with Reece James 1 point. Thank you, Graham Potter. It is what it is. All right. Everton for what the hell? Forest versus Villa, and then 1-1. It's time for Steven Gerrard to go. Forest are getting your cheeks clapped like every week, bro, and you couldn't beat them. It's time for you to go, boss. I don't know what to tell you anymore. At this point, it's just bad. Yeah, it is what it is. You're just not a good manager. Champions League starts today. Gonna get a little bit into it. We have some 12:45 games that I'm gonna be interested in watching. City playing somebody. I don't know who the hell that is. City wins 4-0. Copenhagen. It is what it is. City always gets these teams that they just get the chance to smoke. It's kind of not fair. Juve plays Maccabi. Juve won the other game, I think 3-1. I think they're gonna win this again 2-1. AC Milan versus Chelsea. AC Milan got some of their players back. They got Hernandez back. Should help. AC Milan is at home, but I still think Chelsea win 2-1. We might not even concede. Chelsea's not conceding lately. I think it will be like a 1-0, 2-0 type of game. It could be that AC Milan wins. What other games am I interested in? Real Madrid and Shakhtar. Real Madrid wins 3-0. I think Madrid needs to make up for their lackluster performance lately, and I think it's the game that they're going to do it in. Dortmund, Sevilla, I think Sevilla needs to win more, but Dortmund is going to win 2-1. Yeah. I initially thought 3-1, but I'm changing it to 2-1. I don't see Sevilla giving up 3 or more goals again. So, yeah, I'm going to change that to 2-1. Napoli and Ajax, that's another game I got wrong. I predicted Ajax to win the first leg. Napoli smoked them. And now Napoli's playing Ajax again. Ajax wins 2-1. I think Ajax needs to win more. They're going to be more aggressive. So let's see. I think Ajax wins 2-1. Because if they don't win, they're going to the Europa. Their division is tough, bro. Their group is tough. They have Liverpool in there. They have Rangers. They have Napoli in there. I don't think they're going to qualify. Atletico, Club Brugge. I think Atletico beats Club Brugge 2-1 is what I'm going to go with, or 2-0. Atletico hasn't really looked that great, but now that they've signed Griezmann, they don't have to bring him in on the 60th minute, all that type shit no more. So I think they win. Liverpool Rangers, I think it's time Liverpool smoked Rangers again. Rangers needs to win, but they're just not that good. Liverpool wins 3-0. I think Klopp is going to be upset after everything that happened this weekend, so he's going to take all out his aggression on Rangers. Poor Rangers, right? Tottenham and Frankfurt. Last week it was a draw. Terrible ass game. Frankfurt beats Tottenham 1-0. Tottenham agenda continues. Bayer, Leverkusen, Porto. I think it ends 1-1. I've been watching Callum Hudson-Odoi. I'm not really seeing anything. He had a good game. He's had a couple good games, but the way they talked up Callum Hudson-Odoi going on loan, it's going to be. I'm not really seeing that. I'm willing to give him a chance and see. Maybe he cooks under Potter when he comes back, but I don't know. This is what I hate about first-team players going on loan. Like, you already have your established place on the Chelsea team, right, when you're there. Then you go on loan, and somebody fills that position that you have. When you come back, then it becomes all weird. And it's going to be weird for Collins to get back in the team. He probably going to have to end up on another loan or get sold. But I really want to see him and see that talent shine. So we'll see. Barca Inter. Barca is going to be upset. They lost that game 1-0. They didn't get a pen. That should have been a pen. So Barca's going to be on smoke. I have it going 3-0. And then Bayern and Victoria, again, Bayern dismantled them in the first game. This is not going to be anywhere close, but I think Bayern is not going to play any good players. They're going to try and give like Gravenberg, Sabitzer, oh my god, I forgot the left back name. The one that they signed because Alphonso Davies is hurt. The guy they signed from Ajax last year, I forgot his name, is not coming up. But I'm sure those guys are going to get some time. And we'll see how that goes. I think Bayern wins still 4-0. We're going to end it here. I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. Like I said, always make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Keep coming back for more content. We got some great stuff going on. Podcast is back this week. More details on that soon. Yeah, love, peace. And yeah, I hope Chelsea wins today. I would love to see that. All right, y'all. Be safe. We out. Peace.